गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Jnaneshwari Bhavartha Deepika, chapter 18, verse number 12, and OV number, we have to start from 233. In the last verse, that was the 11th one, Nahi deha bhruta shakyam tyaktum karmanya sheshatah yastu karma phalat tyagi sa tyagitya vidhiyate. And there it was told that that the tyagi tyagi iti avidhiyate. So this tyagi is when he is full of sattva, when sattva is predominant as compared to rajas and tamas. And what happens when we reach when the sattva guna comes about, we cannot become sattva guni. It has to come about as a result of purification. It is an observation. It is not an achievement. It is an observation. By whom? By you. Of whom? Of the mind. You are not sattvic. You are consciousness. And when the mind is predominantly sattvic, automatically such a mind becomes free from doubts, imaginations, and doubts, and hates not evil action. He is not against anything after that, the sattvic mind. Because the epitome of sattvic mind is an all-inclusive mind. Understand? What is the consciousness which is expressing through total sattva guna? I am asking. What is the consciousness expressing through total sattva guna? Anyone?
Vishnu?
Yes, it's Vishnu. See? And he is the all-inclusive principle. You don't get up, Amma. Otherwise, you will irritate it more. So, who is Vishnu? Who knows that he is all that there is? Who knows that the whole world, sentient and insentient, is within him? Who knows that he is the material which has gone into the entire creation? Who Vishnu is he who is not subservient to the Prakriti. He is the master of Prakriti, transcendental to the Prakriti. See? Yesterday also in Kena Upanishad it came, no? Above all, other than. So he is other than. Vishnu is the conscious principle. Prakriti is the matter. And who are we? Totally opposite. We think we are the body, we are the mind, we are the... So Deha Bhruta means Nahi Deha Bhruta Shakkam. As long as one is one who, the Tyagi, if he is identified with the body, there is no way he can reach the Sattva Guna Sampanna Mana. And what are the symptoms of body identification? Continuously living at the level of relations and possessions, living at the level of memories, past memories. जब हम बच्चे थे हम ऐसे करते थे, फोटो निकाल के दिखाएंगे सबको, पूरी दुनिया को, जब मैं शादी हुई थी. और अभी क्या, व्हाट इज योर एज नाउ? यू आर रेडी टू बी अ ग्रैंड मदर. एंड व्हाट डू यू डू? You know, when I was young, see how cute I was looking. This is not just one person's story. This is every one of our story. Knowingly, unknowingly, by default, we go into the past. This is the symptom of body identification. And as long as this symptom is expressing and you are observing that unknowingly, by default, sometimes you fall into it, means still more work needs to be done. See? And therefore, he does not hate any action, nor is he attached to any good action. This was in the 10th verse. Now in the 11th verse, Nahi deho bhrudha, nor indeed can an embodied being renounce actions altogether. Meaning what? Such a sattvic person, if we are taking here the yogi, the tyagi is who? Whose individuality is still present. He has not been able to give up the doership, because if you give up the doership, then there is no question of karma phala only. You don't have to do anything about that. But he has not been able to give up the doership. And if we as seekers think that in the name of sattva, I must renounce the action itself, that is also wrong. So what is to be done? That this tyagi, he does not renounce the actions. He is fully involved in the activity. Which activity? Whatever the life is presenting him. This is what we saw last week. Whatever life is presenting him, but he is not attached to the activity. How is he not attached to the activity? By not being attached to the karma phala, to the results of that activity. And therefore, this person is 100% in union with the action that is taking place. He who forgoes the fruit of action is said to be the relinquisher. So, who is a tyagi? Who gives up completely the karma phala sanga, tyaga. Such is a person. So this is, see how many verses Lord Krishna has given attention to this topic. We want to do meditation, we want to do dhyana, samadhi, I want to go into samadhi, I want to get darshan of the Lord, I want to study the scriptures, I want to understand the scriptures by myself. Arey Baba, if you are not able to do even the first step, and you are already talking about masters and PhD, you are not even past grade 1. And what is grade 1? Karma phala sanga tyaga. This is the first step. We have to remain dynamic in our life. There's no ifs and buts about it. We have to be fully dynamic. Dynamism doesn't mean busyness. Dynamism doesn't mean physical busyness. Whatever is coming in front of us, without any complaint, without any second thought, without any reservation, we are ready to face it. We are ready to deal with it. We are ready to perform whatever is required to be performed. Neither we are shirking away, neither we are lazy, as in the tamas we want to avoid. Avoid means wherever there is work, पतली गली से निकल जाओ. हिंदी में बोलते हैं, पता नहीं if you people understand or not. If you see someone, अरे यार, the boss will the boss will give me work, take the other route. Avoid coming into his attention. Or call in sicky. Tamasic. We don't even want to. We want to give up the karma. That is tamasic. Rajasic fellow, you remember from last to last class? Who is Rajasic? Tyagi. He who gives up getting involved, doing the karma with the expectation of hardship that he has to go through. Therefore, he doesn't want to get involved in anything. But see, life is different, If you avoid, it will come in some other form into in your life. If you keep avoiding in your young age, then in old age you will have to deal with it. But it will come. You cannot escape from it. What? Prarabdha. That is what is life is. The experiences are coming to you, you have to deal with them. So in this manner, it was told in the 11th verse. And now we enter into the 12th verse, and here it says, so now Bhagwan is telling, naturally the student is thinking, give up the karma phala, give up the karma phala. 3 verses he has told. Kya karma phala? What is this karma phala? Karma phala. How do I recognize? So here Bhagwan is saying, Anishtam ishtam mishram cha, Anishtam ishtam mishram cha, Trividham karmana phalam, Trividham karmana phalam, Bhavatyatyāginām pretya, Bhavatyatyāginām pretya, Natu sannyasinām kvachet, Natu sannyasinām kvachet. Together, Anishtamishtam mishram cha, Trividham karmana phalam, Bhavatyatyāginām pretya, Natu sannyasinām kvachet. He says, undesired, desired and mixed, such is the threefold fruit of action. It accrues to the non-relinquisher after death, but never to those who relinquish it. Meaning, non-relinquisher, the one who has not given up karma phala in his life. Even your kids are your karma phala only. So, give up the attachment. Otherwise, moksha is very far away. Let them live their life. If you have taken care of them enough in their young age. Here Bhagwan is telling clearly, the first result of the karma phala expresses as anishta. Second, anishtam ishtam. And the third one is what is that? Mishram. Here he says Anishtam. Anishtam is what? Anishta mat karo, matlab bad or undesired. Is there any guarantee that you will get the desired result or you will get the undesired result? No. You will get always, every time you have done the same thing and you have got a result. It's not necessary. Every day you eat one chapati and you get satisfied. Not necessary every day it will be like that. Someday in half a chapati only it is full. Sometimes 3 chapatis is not enough. That is the way of the nature. So, karma phala, the phala can be bad. Ishta is unfavorable. Undesired means unfavorable, bad. Ishtam is favorable, desired, or good. And Mishram is mixed. Such is the threefold fruit of action. Now, this is not given to judge other people. It is not to judge, you must have done that, that's why you got this. I think it was an unfavorable result. I think that was a mixed result. No. Observe it in your life. You are seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, ideating, imagining. Everywhere there is precipitation of the result. Watch. Are you always having good results? Are you always having bad results? Are you always having mixed results? Or what is your observation? It accrues to the So these three, those who are caught up in these three, good, bad and mixed, for whom is it? It is for that person who has not been able to give up the karma phala. For him, the result is like that, because at the end of the life, you will come to know. Wait, it is coming. The balance sheet is coming. Don't worry. If you have not already assessed what your balance sheet is now, it will be inevitable. 3 days, 6 days, 1 month. If you are still so stubborn not to see it, then with the last breath at least, the balance sheet will come in front of your eyes. Good deeds, bad deeds, mixed deeds. And this leads to undesired results, bad results. They lead to where? Where do they lead to? Bad results, bad karma phala, bad deeds, where do they lead us to? After death, they lead us to lower yonis, lower births. Good deeds, good results are because of good deeds. See, sometimes we think we are doing good deed, but the other doesn't perceive it good, no? See? So, who is deciding the karma phala? Are you deciding the karma phala? Or it is coming? So, good deeds, where do they take you? Good karma phala, they take you to higher worlds. What are the higher worlds? The heavens. And Mishram, which is our lot, sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad, sometimes whatever actions we are doing, sometimes they are good results, sometimes they are bad results. If this is our state, then it will lead to rebirth as a human being immediately, without wasting time in lower births nor going to the heavens and enjoying the merits of the good deeds. Because you are wasting time if you go to lower births or higher births. Lower births, then you have to go through the evolution till you come to human birth. Higher births, who wants to come down? But from there also, eventually, when your punya, due to good karma phala, good deeds, has exhausted, you will drop back onto the earthly plane in the human form. Mishram, immediately born as human being. Anishtam, Ishtam, Mishram cha. For a sannyasi, and who is this person for whom these three options of karma phala are given? Be very, very attentive. It is for the one who has not given up his attachment to the karma phala. Means he is not purified. Who is a sannyasi? Who is a sannyasi? Who has not only given up karma phala, he has given up the karta also. He is a relinquisher of the doership also. Not only karma phala, tyaga, but also of the doership. And because sannyasi has come to a point where he is body disidentified, he has got karma is going on in his life, but he has got nothing to do with that karma. Therefore, these three options of good, bad, good, and mixed do not apply to a sannyasi. They only apply to a person who has not been a sattvic tyagi. You understand? And when we are saying sattvic tyagi, we are talking about coming. Last class we explained. Sattvic tyagi is he who is not giving up the karma, but is at one ment with the karma. Then he reaches the epitome of tyaga. See? You are telling us to do karma, but sannyasi doesn't do any karma. He is just sitting in the ashram, he is sitting in the Himalayas, sitting in meditation. How come? He is sitting. Okay, you also go and sit. He sits there for 10 hours a day. And you are not even able to sit for 5 minutes without moving. What comparison? Why is he able to sit for 10 hours? Body disidentified. He is very clear that he is not the body. Tyagi, he still considers himself to be the body, and this process of purification, the tamasic tyag and rajasic tyag and sattvic tyag, it was given so that this individual, the seeker, who is still body identified and wants to purify and realize, to him this instruction, because remember the question how this chapter began. What is the difference between a sannyasi and a tyagi? The tyagi, the karta bhav is still prevalent. That's why he is being told sarva karma phala tyaga. This instruction is not being given to sannyasi, because sannyasi, if it is observed, he is not only sarva karma phala tyagi, he is also karta tyagi. Why karta tyagi? Because he is deha tyagi. He has disidentified from the body. He allows the body to do whatever it wants. And it will only do what it has been programmed with initially. See? So let's see, with this background of the verse, now let's see what Jnaneshwar Maharaj says. Yarvitari Dhananjaya Trividha Karma Phala Gayaya Samarthate ki Bhogavaya Zena Sanditichi Asha Apanachi Vyuni Duhita Kim na mama mane pita To sute kim pratigrahita Grahita जावई शिरके विषाचे आगरही वाहती ते विकिता सुखे लाभे जिती ये रनिमाले जे घेती वेंचोनी मोले. He says, action, O Arjuna, is of three kinds, and it is required to be experienced only by those who do not relinquish the desire for the fruit of action. Here one more point comes to my mind which is not given here. Maybe it has come before or it will come later, I don't know. We get body only because we have desire in our mind. If there is no desire, there can be no body. This knot of the heart is desire only, because desire alone expresses as karma. Remember the degeneration? Ignorance of the self, avidya, leads to kama, desire, which expresses at the equipment level as karma, as action. Isn't it? Sannyasi is free of these first two. He is neither the karta, he is not attached to karma phala, he is not even identified with the body. But that does not mean that the body is not going through the activities what it is supposed to go through. It will go through. So here Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that these three kinds are required to be experienced only by those who do not relinquish the desire for the fruit of action. So what is the fruit of action? Oh, my mother gave birth to me. It is my duty towards my mother to take care of her till the end. This duty business, sannyasi is not caught up in. Tyagi is caught up. Why? Individuality is still there. Body identification is still there. When the father gives away his daughter in marriage, saying she is no more mine, he becomes free from his responsibility for her. But the son-in-law who accepts her becomes entrapped. Upcoming fathers of daughters, beware. Let go. Don't remain attached. Don't try to dictate her after she gets married. Don't try to control her life sitting at home. Many mothers do that. Let go. Hold on to the Lord. This is only because, you know why it is? Can someone tell me why this continues? Why we continue to be involved in our children's life? In daughters, sons? Why? Huh? Outward looking, that's one option. Anyone else? Those who are Hey, your daughter is not married yet, so you are not qualified. I'm only talking about those parents whose children are married. Attachment, yes, no doubt. But I'm looking for some out of the box answer. These are,
Wanting to feel still needed.
this is also okay. All these options, three options are valid. Wanting to feel needed. What else? अहंकार अहंकार तो है ही ना, इसीलिए तो ये सब ड्रामा चल रहा है. We, I said I want an answer out of the box because we do not fully trust the Lord that He will take care of them. Therefore, we want to take care of them. है ना out of the box answer? We still don't trust. We do pujas, we do pilgrimages, we do go to Kailash, we do everything. But we don't still trust the Lord who has created the whole creation, that He will take care of our children, He will take care of our life, our body. Let me spend my entire rest of the life that I have thinking about Him. No. The only reason is we do not trust the divine, that it has the capacity to take care. Think about it. Therefore, we manage, micromanage, interfere, involve, till the children tell you, Dad, stay away, enough, it's my life now. And vice versa. Sometimes parents become the ayah, the servants of the new parents. Initially it is okay as long as they are small. Now you have to run everything. They did all the chauffeuring business in their young age. Now they have to start all over again. So one couple came to Swamiji. He said, pack your bags and go to Vrindavan. Tell your children that we are only going for 3 days and don't come back for 1 year. Every time they call, when are you coming? हाँ बस आ रहे हैं. Continue living there. That's what they did. The children said, we are coming to meet you. Yeah, you can come, but we have got only 1 bedroom apartment, 2 bedroom apartment. You can come and stay here for 2-3 days, but after that you have to go back. You can't stay here longer than that. We are very busy. In what? Going satsangs in Vrindavan. भाई बुढ़ापे में, in the old age, when all your responsibilities are over, अरे, have little bit of acumen, little bit of trust, little bit of love for that Lord. You have been using the Lord to get what you want out of life. Rakshasas also did that, Asuras also did that. Make your mind single pointed, pray to the Lord and get all the siddhis. The gods also do the same thing. But you are a human being. You have an option to get out of this cycle of birth and rebirth. If not, lage raho, next life is still there. So learn the lesson. Learn the lesson. We are not saying don't talk to your children, don't eat food with them, don't inquire about them. But in your heart you have to be clear that there is no attachment. If they don't call, it does not matter. Can we live like that? If we don't see them, it does not matter, because I've got a greater goal in front of me. What is that? To be one with the divine. That is the greater goal. And when they call, oh, I miss you, darling. Such a long time you didn't call me. Have you forgotten your daddy and mummy? I am angry with you now. Do all the drama. This sannyasi is telling you. and, and this young 12-year-old Jnaneshwar Maharaj is telling you. Learn, live in such a manner not to get entangled in anyone or anything in life. We must be very careful about this if we are a seeker. So this 12-year-old Jnaneshwara's observation of life at that age, when he is giving Bhavartha Deepika, when the father gives away his daughter in marriage, saying she is no more mine, he becomes free from his responsibility for her, but the son-in-law who accepts her becomes entrapped. Meaning, before the daughter was high maintenance commodity for the father, now it has been transferred, outsourced to the husband. Now he has to handle the high maintenance. see, we have a boy living in our house. So our cat is a female cat. There is another student who is also a girl. She is younger than him. They are in the same course, and she is continuously. She is very talkative, and then there is another person who is 60 years old, but he needs to download every day on someone. Like most of the ladies need to download. He needs to download. If he doesn't get after 2-3 days, he becomes crazy. And the only one for all these three. The cat, the girl, and the 60-year-old man is this young fellow, because I escape from there before anyone comes to download at me. See? This is the high maintenance. This is the high maintenance. Not only money, maintenance not only by money. You have to put efforts, you have to sit there, you have to take the data, it's your time. Please put your audio off. Those who sell their stocks of poison live happily on their sale proceeds, but those who purchase it at a heavy price and swallow it lose their lives. Isn't it true? Look at all the drug peddlers. Look at all the bars and the beer makers, the scotch makers, the toddy makers. They make the money and they are enjoying. Those who sell their stocks of poison live happily on their sale proceeds, but those who purchase it at a heavy price and swallow it lose their lives. So many people are losing their lives because of poison, because of drugs, because of alcohol, bad liver, bad kidneys, bad health, cancer, etc., etc. And what do we get when our attention is on the karma phala? Don't forget what the topic is going on. Otherwise, we'll get lost in children and daughter and son-in-law. The topic is karma phala. So if you don't give up karma phala, what will be the result? It's dying slow death. It's like you are taking a drop by drop, you are taking the poison your whole life. What is that poison? anxiety, stress, strain. Because if you don't get the same result next time, oh my God, what will I want? Go to the horse racing, Moonee Valley or Melbourne Cup. Or you go to the Crown Casino. There you see, first time you win, second time you win, after that you only keep losing. Go to those slot machines. Why the addiction? Because one time they win, and after that they sell their houses, put all the money into that slot in the hope that they will win again and will become millionaire. Once more, once more, once more. One more drink, one more drink, one more puff, one more puff. One more karma phala, and then I will stop after that. Gaya kaam se. Be very, very careful, Baba. This is remaining attached to karma phala is digging your own grave. Every day, one bag of soil has been taken out. And we are not realizing that we are digging our own grave. We are inviting our own death by remaining attached to the karma phala. Continuing. 236th OV. तैसे कर्ता कर्म करू अकर्ता फळाशा न धरू एथ न शके आवरू दोहिते कर्म वाटे पिकलिया रुखाचे फळ अपेक्षितयाचे तेवी साधारण कर्माचे फळ घेतया परी करूनी फळने घे तो जगाच्या कामी न रिघे जे त्रिविध जग अवघे कर्मफळ हे देव मनुष्य स्थावर यया नाव जगडंबर आणि हे तव तिन्ही प्रकार कर्मफळाचे तेची एक गा अनिष्ट एक ते केवळ इष्ट आणि एक इष्टानिष्ट त्रिविध ऐसे. He is explaining the three. What is that? Action does not bind either him who performs it without egoistic feeling. अयो कहाँ जा रहा है भैया, एक मिनट. हाँ Action does not bind either him who performs it without egoistic feeling that he is the doer, or him who relinquishes its fruit. Now see how beautiful Jnaneshwar Maharaj is telling. Both ways the ego dissolves. The karma, the impact of the karma is reduced. The capacity of the karma to entangle us becomes neutralized. How? On one hand, if we do sarva karma phalatyaga, and the other is if there is no doership. We cannot stop the karma from happening. Important is what are the two things that happen. Karma, we cannot, I will rephrase it, we cannot stop activity from happening. How does the activity become karma? When the doership, when the identification happens with the karma, then the doer is born and the doer says, I am doing the activity, therefore that activity is called as action. And whenever there is an action or activity, it will give some result. So these are the two ends. In between is karma. And we call that karma the nitya karma, naimitya karma, nishedha karma, kamya karma, isn't it? We saw that in the beginning of the chapter. Out of these, nishiddha karma we should not do, we should refrain, stay away. Kamya karma, karma prompted by desires, that also we should avoid. Remember or forgotten? Nitya karma, these are your daily activities. There is no papa punya in that. Continue doing it. Let them happen through your body. Every morning you get up and automatically you brush your teeth, take your shower, etc., do your puja, archa. Continue. Nothing wrong. But don't do these activities, nitya karma or naimittika karma. Don't do it because if I do this, I'll go to heaven. If I do this, I get very great peace, I feel I'm in that zone. This is karma phala, precipitation. Don't, because you want the feeling after the puja, therefore you are doing the puja. You have got it upside down. You are not doing it for the sake of the Lord, the puja. You are doing it because you want the experience of the agarbatti, the diya, the peaceful mind. Your attention is on here. That is the phala. That is the result you are looking at. Beware, beware, beware. So here Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that action does not bind two people. He who performs without the doership, who performs the action without attachment, he who performs action without any identification with the action, with the activity, that person is not bound by the action. Remember, what is avidya? What is the knot of the heart? The knot of the heart is avidya kama karma. So we are trying to find a way how we, even while karma is going on, we can remain indifferent to the karma while performing karma. You are understanding what we are saying? So either you give up doership or you give up karma phala. I know you are understanding, but it has to be vigilantly, alertly practiced in life. Action does not bind either him who performs it without egoistic feeling that he is the doer, and the second person, him who relinquishes its fruit. The two things we talked about. He who desires to obtain the fruit of a tree on the roadside gets it. In the same way, only he who craves for the fruit of action gets it. If you put enough effort to get any result, you will get it. It's only a question of the appropriate effort and attention to be exercised towards it. That's all. Nothing is impossible in this world. Ravana became Trilokapati. He had all the nakshatras, all the planets, even the Kala under his control. But what was lacking in him? How could he get all the siddhis, all the powers that even all the great elements and even the entire soul, all the deities behind every planet, They were under his control. Even life and death was under his control. How come? Remember we did Changdev Pasashti? 1400-year-old Maharaj, Changdev Maharaj. He was like that only. He was not a Ravana having ill will towards others. He was not lusty. But he lived for 1400 years. He had all the powers. He could manifest, he could do Kaya Kalpa. In his satsang, not only humans but the animals will also be sitting. He could manifest at many places at the same time. He could manifest anything for anyone. He could give life back to a dead person. All this is possible, but he was not a realized master. But we get attracted by all this. Yesterday I was seeing some clip, and this Mahatma, he's a Kriya Yogi, and he was having a discussion with someone, and each one was raising the other's ego. And in the middle, he says, first he talked about, all these Mahatmas, they do all these manifestation and it is nothing, but millions of people go to Sai Baba and all that. But I can also do it. And he immediately produced the Vibhuti, then one Rudraksha. If you are condemning that person, then why are you doing it? Because anyone can do it. This is only keeping Prakriti under control. Realization has got nothing to do with Prakriti under control. Realization, Vedanta, brings us to such a point where we see that consciousness and matter are essentially one, the pure consciousness. There is no differences. There is no sense of otherness. There is no one paroksha. For me, you are paroksha. For me, Australia, India is paroksha right now. It's far away. I want to go back there. I want to go to somewhere. I want to go to heaven. I want to go to God's. I want God's darshan. All this is paroksha. Vedanta leads to aparoksha sthiti. One without a second. Ekameva dvitiya nanasti kinchana. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Everything is consciousness. So we are not here in this particular, if we want to get to that point of Aham Brahmasmi, that is our goal. The goal of Bhagavad Gita is to get to that point. To get to that goal, you have to recognize that you are other than the Prakriti. This is the first step. Only when you recognize you are other than the Prakriti, then this question will come, who am I? And once you come to realize who you are, when you look back, you will see that everything is you alone. Then you will not distribute the world as consciousness and matter. Purusha and Prakriti. Because you are everything. When you are everything, you don't have to say anything. You are everything. But to get to that point, in this recap of the entire Bhagavad Gita, the first step that is being recounted, reiterated, recapitulated is that we need to become free of the matter, free of the body. Because from body we do the karma, no? Where is action? Where is activity happening? Is activity happening to consciousness? No. Activity is happening at the equipment level. Where it is happening? Very simply put, manasa vacha kaya. Body is moving, breath is moving. Okay, that's not taken in Manasa Vacha Kaya. Speech is moving, and the mind is moving. Mind means mind and intellect. Speech means all organs of action and organs of perception. Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. So we have to get out of the gravity that is keeping us stuck to this body as I. For that purpose, this statement that either give up the doership or give up the karma phalatyaga, do the karma phalatyaga. What will it lead to? It will lead to body disidentification. It's very, very scientific. Very, very scientific. And once you start living like this, oh, in the same way, only he who craves for the fruit of action gets it. So if you have a desire, people say, oh, I choose to be like this, I choose to be like that, I choose to be marry with love, I choose to be married with arranged marriage, I choose to pursue my career, and then I will think of marriage, I want to get settled. I know one girl, she got a job, then she got married, then she bought a house. I was saying, अरे बाबा बच्चा तो पैदा करो यार, बुढ़े होने के बाद करोगे क्या? नहीं स्वामी जी, पहले ये सब हो जाने दो, नहीं तो फिर बाद में सब गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. बट रिस्क नहीं बढ़ेगा. ठीक है, आई एम रेडी टू टेक दैट रिस्क, बट आई विल फर्स्ट डू दिस. हु एम आई टू इंटरफेयर इन देयर लाइफ? ओनली सजेशन. If they take it, good. If they don't, it's up to them. They have to face the consequences. So they, both husband and wife, put their attention to it, and they got it. Just now, one boy who comes to the Sanskrit class, he did not go to any tuition classes. Otherwise, all parents are taking them to tuition here, tuition there. He studied everything online and by himself, and he got into the special school. People spend so much money to get into Macrob or Melbourne High. He did it without any tuitions. His attention, he was very clear that I need to, my parents can't afford, and I have to do something. And he's at it. And how many people you have come across? Maybe you are one of them. Whatever you desired, you have been able to manifest it. Every now and then we say, by the God grace. Well, it should be in your heart, not on your lips. It should be in our heart, that gratefulness, with every breath, that gratefulness must express. कि तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा. Nothing is mine. So he who craves for a result, he will get it. Just like that person who wants a mango hanging from a tree, he will keep throwing stones till he gets it. Eventually he will get it. By hook or by crook. He who performs actions but relinquishes their fruit is not reborn in any of the three worlds. Here Narrator Maharaj is telling differently. He is saying the one who relinquishes the fruits of the action. Remember, what did we say? No, he is saying the same thing what we said before. Anishta leads to lower yonis, Ishtam leads to higher worlds, the heavens, and Mishram leads to rebirth as a human being. But when we have done Sarva Karma Phalatyaga, for such a person, there is no impetus for the next birth. Because if you live your life with this attitude of sarva karma phalatyaga, then no precipitation of impressions. If no precipitation of impressions, there is no sanchit karma. All your desires will be burnt away eventually if you keep doing sarva karma phalatyaga. That is the process. Because for getting the next birth, to get the body, you need some desire. If there is no desire, there cannot be any body. And what is desire? In unmanifest form, it is called vasana. English word for vasana, subconscious impressions. Subconscious impressions are formed because we are attached to the result as good or bad or mixed. Likes and dislikes, isn't it? Raga dvesh. Now you decide, you want birth, higher yoni, lower yoni, or no birth. You decide what your future is going to be. How much more clearly can the Lord tell us? He who performs actions but relinquishes their fruit is not reborn in any of the three worlds, because all the three worlds are the fruits of actions. Which are the three worlds? Bhurvua Swaha. You can take it this way: the lower world, the earth world plane, and the higher worlds. Or you can take the three worlds. What are the three worlds? Waking, dream, deep sleep. These are the three worlds. Another way of putting the three worlds: the gross, the subtle, and the causal. Another way of putting it: aham vritti, idam vritti, and the instrument of experiencing, the contact between aham and idam. The seer, the seen, and the seeing, the triputi we were talking about. Triputi is experiencer, experiencing, seer, seen, seeing, hearer, heard, hearing, knower, known, knowing. This is again the three. So three world doesn't just mean, अरे बाप रे कौन सा वर्ल्ड, कौन से तीन है, अरे बाप रे. Don't get lost in all that. Understand the principle. Bhagavad Gita only talks about principles. Why Bhagavad Gita? Even Upanishads. Because all the three worlds are the fruit of actions. For the waking world, for the actions in the waking world, you need a waker. He is the doer of all the actions in the waking world. Dreamer is the doer of all the actions in the dream world. And the sleeper is the non-doer of all actions in the deep sleep world. He is also doing something. What is he doing? Not doing anything. Huh? But do you know, yesterday the waker was also there, the dreamer was also there, and the sleeper was also there? Yes. Then you must be other than these three. अरे यार सच बात है ये तो. Then right now, can we allow the waking experience to take, waking world to come, express, waking actions to happen, but no waker is owning? If you cut the umbilical cord from the actions in the waking world or the karma phala in the waking world, you will get disidentified with the body. If you get disidentified with the body, what does it mean? The body continues to act according to its program, but there is no owner of the program. There is no owner of the activity. Is it possible? Is it possible in your life right now? Are you the pusher of the blood in your veins? Are you going and pumping your heart? Arey, if I stop blood, the heart will stop. Are you doing any action in order for heart to pump? Are you doing anything to blink your eyes? Does a blinkerer get created when the blinking happens? Does a heart beater create born when the heart is beating? Think. All activities at the body level, mind level, breath level, senses level, they are automatic. Body disidentification means not taking ownership, not getting disturbed, not getting enslaved, not getting entangled with any of the activities at the gross, subtle and causal level of the body, because those levels are only at the body level. For that purpose, this whole Ramayana is being told by Bhagavan, keeping you and your good in his mind. It is out of great love that he is giving this knowledge to Arjuna, through him to us. And this is the basis of all spirituality. But we want only the end result. Like I don't like seeding the fruit and cutting the fruit. मेरे को बना बना कोई काट के मेरे को दे दे तो मजा आता है खाने का. We are also like that. Someone should touch us, someone should guide us, and without us doing anything, I want to get into samadhi. Without doing anything, I want to realize. But we don't want to do the hard yaka. We have to put the efforts. We have to put the hard work. And what is that hard work? Alertness, vigilance. Not to get attached to the karma phala. This is the hard work. पापड़ तो बेलने पड़ेंगे. Gods, men, and the stationary things constitute the world, and all the three result from the three kinds of action. So, from the three kinds of action. So, just as if you remember, I don't know where, in some chapter it must have come, from the Maya Shakti, the Prakriti, she manifests as Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. From the Tamas came the inert world, space, air, fire, water, earth. From the Rajas came the senses, and from the Sattva came the Antakaran. Same way, here it says, all the three, gods, men and stationary things, constitute the world, and all the three result from the three kinds of actions. What is the what is the guthi, the knot that we have to undo? Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar, isn't it? What is who is the Jiva, who is the Ishwara, what is this Jagat? What is the relationship between the Jeev and the Jagat? what is the relation between Ishvara and the Jagat, what is the relationship between Jeev and the Ishvara, and what is the sadhana by which I can get out of these three and recognize that I am the independent one. I am the one without a second. This is the sadhana. So Jeev, Jagat, Ishvara. Jagata is the stationary, the insentient world, the inert world, the jad vastu. Men is the Jivas, God is the Ishvara, Jeev, Jagat, Ishvara. हो गया तुम्हारा. It is born out of, what does Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, and same thing Shankaracharya also says, it comes out of action. Comes out of action. If the batsman is not there, who is the batsman? The Jiva. What is the ground? The world. Who are the fielding team? The other people in the world. Who is the umpire? God. He is checking. Acha, sixer, 4, LBW, bye, leg bye, run out. Run out means while you are running in life, you die, accident, run out. He has to say run out. But if the batsman is not ready to bat, he says no, I am not going to play the game. Because there is no karma for Ishvara. Understand this secret. There is no karma for the inert world. For the Jada Srishti, there is no karma. For Ishvara, there is no karma because he is not attached to anything. Ishavasam idagam sarvam, yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. So for him also there is no karma because he has no desires. Jiva is the only one for whom the karma is, for whom the doership is, for whom the karma phala is, for whom the karma is. But if he chooses not to bat, meaning he is not the batsman. Batsman means what? He is not the karta. He doesn't want to score a 6, he doesn't want to score a 4, he doesn't want to run, he doesn't want to chase. He said, then why should I go to the pitch? Pavilion से उतरूंगा ही नहीं, कर लो जो करना है. If the batsman doesn't come, then does the umpire have any meaning? He will go home from where he came. Then the fielding team will go home from where they came. And the ground will be empty. No match. So though umpire was having a position of umpire only because there was a batsman to bat. A bowler was called a bowler throwing the ball at the batsman only because there was a batsman there. He can't be throwing the ball at the wickets. He needs a person there. You are the batsman as a seeker. Do you want to deflect every ball? Arey, yaar, it's a 170 kilometer speed. I can't even see when the ball leaves the batsman's hand. Don't we say, I didn't even realize that this was going to happen to me in my life, but it happened. Now what to do? Face. We are all wise afterwards. We have to be wise this instant. And what is wisdom at this instant? Don't be the karta. Or the other way, don't be attached to the karma phala. Means play the match for the heck of it. हार जीत तो चलती रहती है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. Like when you are with a child, you are playing a carom. Why you are playing carom? Only because the food is not ready. Once the food is ready, वो उसमें थोड़ा सा उसको जिता दिया, उसको रुला दिया दूसरे बच्चे को. एंड द मदर ऑफ द हाउस सेज, स्वामी जी आ जाओ, खाना खाने का, खाना रेडी हो गया, टेबल पे डाल दिया, आ जाओ चलो भाई. While the child is looking here and there, you put all the coins into the circle, into the hole, and he says, where did you go? I think भगवान did it यार, तो you won the game. चलो चलते हैं, खाना खाते हैं अभी. Because what was important? खाना. Game was only filler. Same way, don't take life so serious. In the name of seeking, we become so serious. We have to be sincere, but not serious. So God, men and the stationary thing constitute the world, and all the three result from the three kinds of action. The sattvic action, gods; rajasic action, men; tamasic action, the inert world. Action is of three kinds: desired, undesired, desired, and mixed. This was there. 240. Continuing. परिविषयमन्ति बुद्धि आंगी सूनि अविधि प्रवर्तति जे निषिद्धि कुव्यापारी तेत कृमि कीटलोष्ट हे देह लाहति निकृष्ट तया नामते अनिष्ट कर्मफल का स्वधर्मा मानुदेता स्वाधिकारूपुढ़ा सुता सुकृत कीजे पुसता आमनायाते तय इंद्रादिक देवांची देहे लाही जति सव्यसाची तया कर्मफला इष्टाची प्रसिद्धिगा आणि गोड आवट मिळे तेथ रसांतर फरसाळे उठी दोही वेगळे दोही जिणते. He says, those who are attached to sensuous pleasures perform evil actions which are prohibited and are reborn into the bodies of the very lowest order, such as vermin, insects, and the earth. Vermin means maggots, है ना, सड़े हुए मांस के ऊपर जो आता है ना वो वाला, उसमें भी तो जान है. देयर इज लाइफ एक्सप्रेसिंग देयर ऑल्सो. सो इफ वी आर लिविंग अ सेंशियस लाइफ, मीनिंग काम वासना, मीनिंग लस्ट फॉर लाइफ, लस्ट फॉर ऑपोजिट सेक्स, पैशन फॉर ऑपोजिट सेक्स, desire prompted activities, not only for anything. This is this is what is called as those who are attached to sensuous pleasures. Sensuous pleasure is not only with the opposite sex, it's also with that chaat papdi which is going on. Oh my god, मैंने कितने सालों से खाई नहीं, अयो मजा आ गया, गोलगप्पे, आहा यार बहुत साल हो गए गोलगप्पे नहीं खाए. If you are feeling to have golgappa right now because of the way I am expressing, means that desire is lurking somewhere inside. See, those who are attached to sensuous pleasures, and you know the biggest problem in sensuous, if you want to conquer this sensuous pleasure, you can conquer one indriya, and that is the tongue. Tongue is from where the speech comes, and the tongue is where taste also is there. So it is a karmendriya also, and it is a jnanendriya also. You control your tongue. Whatever comes in front, chup chap, mouthshut.com, eat, get out. If someone says, "Oh, you didn't say that there was less salt," no, I tasted it was fine. Oh, you didn't say that there was no sugar in the coffee. No, it was all right for me. Don't say, "I'm sorry, I should have told you." Oh my God, was there no sugar? Drama. अब अगली बार फिर डबल शुगर डाल के देंगे और प्रॉब्लम. Control this one tongue. Don't speak where you are not required to speak. Be ready to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. Don't poke your nose where you are not required. Don't give your opinions. Don't get into arguments. In any discussion, if this starts, run to the toilet. Best place to go and sit in silence. And the second, taste. Whole day only thinking. अच्छा अभी ब्रेकफास्ट के लिए क्या बनाएंगे, अच्छा अभी लंच के लिए क्या बनाएंगे, अच्छा अभी डिनर के लिए क्या बनाएंगे, अच्छा अब कल क्या बनाएंगे. अरे उसको उसके अलावा और कोई काम नहीं है क्या? ये मन में आता है कभी, अब कौन से भगवान का नाम लेंगे? आर यू थिंकिंग लाइक दिस ऑल डे? ओनली थिंकिंग व्हाट इट शुड बी द नेक्स्ट मील. यार कल पकौड़े बनाए थे, आज आलू बोंडा बनाएंगे, और फिर कल चलो पहले आलू बोंडा तो बना देते हैं, फिर बाद में कल का सोचते हैं. आलू बोंडा बन गया, उसके बाद कल क्या खाएंगे? चलो यार वो पापड़ी आजकल वो बनी बनाई मिलती है, घर में आके फ्राई करेंगे, उसके बाद पापड़ी चाट बनाएंगे. एंड देयर इज नो एंड टू इट. ओनली थिंकिंग अबाउट which places in India you can get the best vada pav, the best golgappa, the best that corner, that रेडी वाला, वो वाला आलू का परांठा, वो वाली दुकान. ये ही इसी में दिमाग लगा है. This is the essential that he's talking about. Catch yourself. Don't fall into the trap. Otherwise, we are inviting to be born as someone in the lower order of the creation. Sensual pleasure, I talked about food. It's also to be with the relatives, to be with the people, to be with someone always. Can't stay alone. Thinking of God. This is a shortcoming. And if it is there, and every seeker goes through this sometime or the other. Now find out what needs to be done. Don't be proud of it. Don't be telling it to everyone. But recognize, okay, it is there. Then how do I come out of it? Where am I going wrong in my approach? Why am I feeling like this? Where my assessment of myself is corrupted. Why am I feeling that I can't live without others? We have all gone through this sometime or the other. Rather than come to the solution, we remain in that loop. What is the reason? This is the reason. What is that? We are attached to the sensuous pleasures. And perform evil actions which are prohibited and are reborn into bodies of the very lowest order, such as vermin, insects, and the earth. Because you have heard the satsang and you have this sensuous pleasure, maybe you will be the mosquito in some ashram. And some Swami will take the spray and mukti. Then you will come as a cockroach, higher than mosquito. Again in the ashram, because you did. This is known as the undesired fruit of action. This is the anishta. undesired fruit of act, unfavorable. When this happens when we perform nishedha karma. But here they are talking from karma phala point of view. But when you have desires in your bosom, that it will lead you in the wrong way. It cannot take you in the right way. If that desire is not directed towards the Lord, if that desire is directed towards the body, towards the relations, towards the possessions, towards experiences, towards the others, it will lead to this conclusion that is given. Unfavorable result, undesired result. We are talking about karma phala, don't forget. Undesired result. But those, O Arjuna, who perform religious works as enjoined in the scriptures according to their status, attain the bodies of gods such as Indra. So those people who have the desire, not sensuous desire, but I had already said, but they have the desire to please the Lord, have the darshan of the Lord, and day in and day out they are performing the rituals, the pujas, the सुबह से लेके शाम तक भगवान को नहलाते रहेंगे, धुलाते रहेंगे, कपड़े चेंज करते रहेंगे, उनके नाम पे 56 भोग खाएंगे. How much work is there, you know? And while doing that puja, if someone comes and touches, अरे यार फिर से नहा के आएंगे, फिर सब शुद्धिकरण करेंगे. If while those who are very very pertinent about all this, when they are doing the puja, if after every action they don't wash their hands and without washing hands they do it, ore papam papam, again they chant one mantra, again they atone for the sin that they have committed, and again they perform the same ritual. Arey kitna, it's so tiring. Just looking at them, it's exhausting for me. Once upon a time I used to enjoy it, but now it exhausts me even to look at it. मेरे को बड़ा मजा आता है देखते हुए कि आदमी कहाँ कहाँ फंसा रहता है. But I don't say that to them. I'm saying it in a last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I didn't say this before. So those who perform religious work, how they perform religious work? According to scriptural injunctions. Not according to my wish. I feel like doing this, so I am doing it. No. There is no feel like. It is my way. I have decided to do the puja. First give the prasad, eat the prasad, and afterwards do the Shodoshopchar puja backwards. My way. What can you do with these people? No. You have to do the puja. हो गया 9 बज गए. You have to do the puja according to the way it has been given by the scriptures, because scriptures are our pramana. A person, half-cooked person, is not our pramana. A person who is telling us and he himself is not practicing the basic tenets of Shuddhikaran, Shaucha, all the Yama Niyama, if he is not practicing in his life, then he is not a qualified person to transfer, to tell you what is right and what is wrong. We have to come to the scriptures or come to a person who is practicing it in his life diligently, not hypocritically, diligently, sincerely, believes in God. There are many pujaris, there are many people who are doing it mechanically. Every morning they will do some puja, some Vishnu Sahasranam. Why? Feel good. we are Brahmins, therefore I am doing the puja. But I eat meat, I drink alcohol, but I am a Brahmin. A basic definition of Brahmin is not understood. Jnana and karma determine a Brahmin. And what are our actions? Sensuous life, Madira Apan, and doing puja. Then what is happening in this case? He may be doing this, but he is qualified for the first one, undesired result. Automatically he or she qualifies for that. Then what do we have to do? Follow the scriptural injunctions when we are practicing the rituals. And what is the simple thing that you have to follow? If from this, do it for the love of the Lord. Do it for the love of the Lord. And if there is no love, and for that you are start. And those who are not able to invoke the love for the Lord to merge into Him, then what will be the second best thing? You will go to that loka. That is all that will happen. And that's what is told here, that according to their status, attain the bodies of God, such as Indra or any other. If you are thinking of Rama, you will be one with Ram. If you are thinking of Krishna, you will be one with Krishna. If you are thinking of Ghatotkach, you will become one with Ghatotkach. If you are thinking of Pavan Kumar, Hanumanji, then you will be one with Hanumanji. Whatever, because nothing is impossible in this life. Remember this. It's only a question of making your mind focused enough with faith, and it happens. And you can achieve that. But sannyasi doesn't want to achieve anything. Not at the prakriti level, not at the imagination level. He does not want anything from the samashti or the vyashti, from the micro or the macro, from the individual world, the gross world, and the total world. He wants nothing. Anyway, that point will come afterwards. This is well known as the desired fruit of action, but when sweet and sour juices are mixed, they produce a different but more tasty juice. This tasty juice we'll talk about in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.